My name is Kevin Bice. I'm the head coach for the Oregon boys lacrosse team. We've had a lot of talent on the team in recent years. What makes the team different this year is that we've got a lot of depth. We've got talent at each of our positions, and we've got talent on our bench too. So when guys get tired or we deal with an injury, we've got other guys who have been able to step up and fill the production. So we've really been fortunate with a large group of seniors this year, and the co-op situation has brought over a number of Stoughton players as well. And a lot of times with the co-op situation, you end up with a degree of unfamiliarity between the kids from the various schools. Where we've been lucky is that these kids grew up playing together in off-season lacrosse. They are good friends off the field, and so they've really melded well with our group of Oregon players that we had from last year. And I think if you came into our program not having known that it was a co-op, you wouldn't be able to guess it, just because they get along so well and they're old friends. I've also been lucky in that I'm very familiar with a number of the Stoughton guys that have come over, so there are some new players that I've gotten adjusted to quickly, but there are a lot of guys that I've seen as they've grown up. I've seen the skill sets that they've had since 5th, 6th grade coming through the ranks and developing through the years. Our participation numbers this year have really been up, and we're really excited about that. We've had about 65 players participating in high school. A normal year for us is closer to 40, and so we've had to expand and add a second JV team this year. And it speaks to a few things. I think number one, it speaks to the fact that success breeds interest. I think as our team has become more successful, we've gotten some more attention from around the school, and we've drawn the interest of players that are interested in playing for a winning program. But more importantly, I think we've really put an emphasis on the coaching end of things, making sure that we're teaching kids the game and we're making sure to hold them to a high standard, but more than anything, we're teaching them to love the game of lacrosse. And we're trying to make sure that they have fun every day at practice and that they're excited to come and to show up and to work hard. So it's been a culture change in our program, I think, more than anything, that has really helped to draw on new players and to expand the pool of guys that are participating in lacrosse.
Hi, my name's Theo Lucas. I'm the associate head coach. We're here today at practice, getting some work in before the end of our season here. So we're getting right to the end of it. We've seen a lot of good growth out of these players this year. The season's not too long, but in the short time that we have together, it's been really exciting to see how quickly we've meshed, especially considering, we have Oregon and Stoughton as a co-op this year. That's new this year. They're natural rivals, and that's something that these players have really had no problem meshing together this year. I think a lot of that has to do with just the fact that they've played together for years in off-season lacrosse teams and camps and things like that. They've known each other for a long time. Makes it a lot easier to come together as a team. And I'm excited to see how far we go this year. It's been a fun ride, and don't really want it to end, but hopefully it ends well. And yeah, looking forward to it.
Hi, I'm Slager. I am a face-off specialist and a midfielder on the Oregon Panthers team. I think winning face-off this season has helped our team get to where we are today, because it brings the ball down to the offense, which in my opinion is the best in the state. I think the focus is really to dial it in. We've had some unforced errors and just some sloppy play all around, so I think cleaning that stuff up and really getting sharp before we get into playoffs is going to be a big thing for us. Yeah, I think on this team, especially with the co-op, we brought a lot of talent, and they already had a lot of talent here. So I think at every position we have guys waiting to play and guys that can do just about as good as the people that are starting. So that helps with injuries. When people get tired and everything like that, it helps us get those wins, those tough wins. So far, probably my favorite memory would be beating Cattle Moraine our first game. My freshman year, my season was ended on that field, so it felt nice to beat them. I'd like to shout out my mom and dad for helping me get to this point today. Couldn't have done it without you guys, all the help and support, so thank you.
Our season's going really good. A lot of wins. One loss to Hudson, but not our best game. We'll hope to play them again in the championship. But yeah, it's going good. We have a really good team. One of the best teams I've ever played with. It's really fun and good at practices because lots of competition to play with. I do not have many pregame rituals. I usually have a Red Bull before our games. That's probably my biggest ritual. But no, during the day, I just think a lot to myself about what plays I want to do and how I want to perform, and hopefully it goes onto the field. The advice I'd have to younger players is just play as hard as you can at practice. That's where you get your minutes in front of the coaches, and that's how you're going to get your minutes on the field. So just play your hardest at practice and show the coaches what you can really do. That's how you get your minutes. My goals this season are to have 40 takeaways, and I'm on track with that right now with 26, I think. But I'm hoping to get there, and for the team-wise, the state championship's what we're all fighting for. I mean, we came up short last year, losing to Wauwatosa in the semis, and this year we've beat them. Our only loss is to Hudson, and we can take them. I think that's what we'll see in the finals.
I think we have a big team focus this year. I think everyone knows we got roles to play, and I think everyone's focused on our overall goal of winning the state championship this year, which has never been done in our program's history. I think just attacking the space that's there. I think a lot of those goals have come from assists from teammates who have really made the play, and I've just had to finish it. I think a lot of my goals come from Kessenich out there, who's had a great season. He's been leading our team in goals and assists. He's been our captain this year and just really killing it. I'd say Luke Isley, who's really stepped it up this year. He's our defensive captain, a senior who hasn't always been an all-star player, but has really stepped it up and actually held the #1 scorer in the state to only 2 goals.
Hi, my name is Austin Saunders, and I'm a midfielder for the Oregon Panthers. And this year has been a really good year, I think, incorporating Oregon and Stoughton guys together. I think that really brought the team to the next level. Considering the guys that we brought in, Adam Slager, Rui, and all these other guys that used to be our rivals, but now that we're together, working together, I think that really just was able to make us be the team that we've always wanted to be. I feel like this year has been it's been a competitive year, especially in my position at the midfield level, with all these other guys. We got Drew, we got Leo, Lake, all these guys that are scoring a lot of goals. It's been a really competitive year for us to get on the field and try to just do as best as we can. And I feel like at the midfield, I feel like comes a lot of I'd say pride, I think, from our midfield. I feel like we don't always get all the goals, but we do a lot of hard work within transition, defense, setting up the offense for success. And I feel like this year it's been such a journey so far, and I'm just so excited to see how later on when the playoffs come, how we can work together to see what we've put together throughout this regular season, and hopefully we can win a state championship. That's the goal.
So getting ground balls in games are super important because they change the tempo of the game in a really important way. Because if you're picking up a ground ball, it leads into a scoring opportunity or a fast break opportunity. And while the opponent doesn't have the ball, that means they can't score. The team going into playoffs this year is really important, and it's a huge tempo change in our team. So usually in the regular season, it's all about we don't want to get injured. We want to just hone our skills and get better as players. But now as playoffs are coming in, we just want to refine everything that we can, make sure that we're as strong as a team that we can, and just make sure all of our plays are thought out well and we execute them perfectly. My favorite memory has probably been beating Kettle Moraine at the start of the year. It was such a huge game at the start of the year, and it was great to see all of our players performing so well.
This season has been different because we've co-opted with Stoughton because they did not have enough players, so we brought them in. Fortunately, we brought them in. As well as a lot of other kids have played with them in the summer, so we're familiar with them. We're rivals at a point, so it's been pretty fun. It's been pretty fun to kind of bring them in, and we've grown closer as the season's gone on, and I think we're really starting to hit our stride right now going into playoffs, and that's what we all want, is to hit our stride, playing our best lacrosse right when playoff starts. So that's really good. Being on the field's great. Playing with all the guys is a lot of fun, and I would not have as many goals as I have without the team, finding me open.
we're coming off a week of wins, but we definitely have not been focused on our results this year as much as we've been focused on how well we're playing. And we've put together some good games lately, but we haven't put together 4 complete quarters of good, solid lacrosse that's going to win us a state championship. So there's a lot of room for improvements. It's something that we're trying to keep our eye on the ball. It's something that we talk about every day in practice with the players, is just making sure that they're continuing to challenge themselves and continuing to strive to be the best that they can be. And we've come close to that, but we've not reached that for 4 quarters, and I think it's right around the corner here.